According to the encyclopedia, the mantis is a predatory creature which often feeds on and destroys its mate while breeding. Tonight we'll meet Anita Campbell, a woman whose emotional scars and lethal tendencies make her very much like the mantis. The victim of a bizarre assault, Anita will struggle with its deadly aftermath until one man changes her destiny. We're about to watch Anita's story unfold in her own words. But tonight, unable to remain silent, she will confess her darkest secrets. Join us now as we peruse The Diary of a Mantis at the midnight hour.
My name is Anita Campbell. I'm 22 years old. I'm making this recording because I have a lot of things to say. Things I could never say in person. It all started just a year ago. It's hard to believe it's only been 1 year. It feels like another life now. I grew up in a small town with my aunt and uncle after my parents died. We didn't have much money, so I decided to go to work cleaning houses for people. It was the biggest mistake of my life. I had keys for the houses I cleaned, and I made it a policy only to work when the owners weren't home. For a while, it worked out, until one day. Hello? Oh my God, Derek, you scared me to death. I didn't think anyone was home.
You scared me too, honey. I'm not used to people just letting themselves in. But since it's you, it's okay. In fact, it's terrific.
What are you doing home? I thought you and your wife worked weekdays.
The old lady's up north visiting her mother. I decided to take off work today. Needed a rest. I forgot it was your day to clean.
Well, I can't really clean unless the house is empty. Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
No, I wouldn't hear of it. I'll get out of your way so you can clean. You won't even know I'm here.
Well, I appreciate it, but it wouldn't look right for me to be alone all day with a married man. You know how they are in town.
They'll never even know. My car's in the garage, so it looks like I'm not home. I haven't even set foot outside the house all day. So it's just you and me, like Adam and Eve.
Oh, Derek, you've been drinking. I should go. I'll come back tomorrow, okay?
Wait a minute. I pay you to clean the house every Wednesday, so start cleaning.
No, this is really uncomfortable. I shouldn't be here.
See, that's where you're wrong. I need a housekeeper. I always make a big mess.
Oh God, I'm leaving.
Wait a minute! You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. We can clean after. I'll help.
Let me go. Get off of me, you pig.
You freaking little bitch! You little tease! I'll show you!
Stop it! No!
It was the most horrible experience of my life. When I told them what happened, my aunt and uncle called the police. But Derek told everyone I had been trying to seduce him for months. His wife must have loved him a lot, because when she came back, she backed up everything he said. Later, Derek was let off the hook by his friends at the police station without so much as a slap on the wrist. I was embarrassed and disgusted. I stopped cleaning houses and just stayed at home. As the scandal spread around town, even my aunt and uncle seemed to suspect that maybe I had led Derek on purposely. I couldn't stand it. I had to go someplace where nobody knew me. So I hitchhiked to the big city and I got a job. I saw your sign about a waitress. I'm Anita.
Meg, it's not a regular waitress job, it's mostly barmaid. We don't serve much food in here, just snack stuff. It's from Wednesdays to Saturdays, 6 to until we close, which is usually 2 a.m. Minimum wage, you get to keep your tips.
That sounds good. I could do that.
Have you ever barmaid before?
Not exactly. But I used to work a lot of service.
Doing what?
I used to clean houses.
Keep for an agency?
Just on my own. But I had a lot of clients.
You got references?
A few, yeah.
No, this place gets pretty busy, especially after 11, and we are looking for experienced girls.
I could do it. I can do anything. I learn really, really fast.
I gotta be honest with you. My gut is saying no, and my gut is usually right, but you are pretty. I think the guys in here are gonna love you, even if you do spill their drinks on their crotches and forget their orders.
Well, that won't happen. I'll do good, I promise. You won't be sorry.
Well, I guess I could try you out for a night or two, but I am not making any promises, you understand? I'm just saying that we'll try you out and we'll see how it goes. Strictly under the table, okay?
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. I mean, if guys like you the way I think they do, horn dogs that they are, they're gonna be very good for business.
One other thing. Do you know of any cheap places I could rent a room around here?
You don't have a place to live?
I just got here. I'm from Fairville.
You just get better and better, don't you? Are you in some trouble?
No.
Is somebody looking for you? Mom, dad,
No.
husband?
No.
All right. I guess you can stay in the apartment over the club. It's pretty small, but it is clean. I used to stay in there before I got married, too. But it is coming out of your wages, no charity.
I understand. Thank you so much.
All right, Anita. Welcome aboard.
Meg turned out to be my only friend at the club. Over the next few months, she taught me the ropes of being a barmaid, waitress, and hostess. I was right about the men liking me. Horribly right. Working late at night, when the mostly male crowd was becoming drunk, was a nightmare. My flesh crawled every time one of them made some kind of dirty joke or tried to touch me. Some nights, I needed a few shots of vodka myself, just so I could face the sleazy mob that infested the place. Looking back, I suppose it was a little odd that the barmaid herself was becoming a heavy drinker. But strangest of all was the way the men reacted to my drinking. It seems that the colder I was to them, the better they liked me. I just couldn't seem to convince them that I really wasn't interested. Until one night.
Hey babe, what are you doing?
Wiping the table.
Then what are you doing?
Wiping other tables. What does it look like?
Bitch.
My friends told me you were hot, but colder than ice. Hey, I'm Irvin.
Hey, I don't care.
What's your name?
Anita. Look, you can't sit here. We're closing soon.
For you? I'll wait.
What?
Says your table, right? I'm ready to be serviced.
I suggest you get ready to be thrown out instead.
You got a mouth on you. That'll come in handy later.
You're disgusting. Why don't you just leave?
Hey, I haven't placed my order yet.
Fine. What do you want?
This.
Get away from Get away from me.
What?
Get your hands off me or I'll fire it. I mean it.
Is that real?
Touch me again and you'll find out.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me. Just try me.
What the hell is going on here?
Psycho bitch is trying to kill me, that's all.
He wouldn't keep his hands off me.
Enough! Irvin, get out of here and don't come back. Go and get out now!
It's not over, babe.
Where the hell did you get this thing?
I got it for protection. You don't know what those guys are like.
I do know what those guys are like. They're pigs. But you can't go around shooting them. God, Anita, what the hell is the matter with you? Why do you fly off the handle every single time a guy just hits on you?
I don't like to be touched.
Figured that. This is going into my office. Thank God this place is closing in a few minutes or else it'd be packed with witnesses.
Later that night, I went upstairs to my little apartment over the nightclub. I was dead tired, but I knew I wouldn't be able to sleep. There wasn't a sound anywhere. I felt like I was the last person on Earth, but I wasn't alone.
Hey, you got a whole little house up here. Anita, it's Irvin. I just wanted another chance to tell you. Stop!
Yes, it was Irvin. The drunk Meg had just thrown out. He must have been hiding somewhere downstairs and followed me up to my apartment. His insane, drunken prank had cost him his life. And yet, it was an accident. I killed him without thinking. I started to call the police, but then I remembered that Meg had just seen me threaten him with a gun less than an hour ago. And if there was a trial, everyone would find out about my trouble with Derek. And they didn't believe me then, they certainly wouldn't now. I had to get rid of the body. Suddenly I remembered the big dumpster out back. The trash was due to be picked up in just a few hours. I decided to cover Irvin's body with garbage, close the lid, and wait. I watched the news for days, and then weeks. Eventually, Irvin was reported missing by his friends. The police never found any trace of him. After 2 months went by, and the police still had no leads, I began to rest easy. Then, I met Mike. He was so different from any guy I had ever known. He was reserved, yet I knew he liked me. He started coming around often, and eventually we got to know each other pretty well. Finally, he asked me out on a date. dinner and movies. And I said yes.
Another solid night. Honey, I told you you'd be good for business. The slobs love you.
Not just the slobs anymore.
Oh, Melissa, don't tell me you have a boyfriend.
Sorta.
Really? And I thought you'd never thaw out. Well, who is he?
His name is Mike. He's tall and really good looking. He's so different from all the others. Instead of just grabbing what he wants, he takes what I'm willing to give. No pressure.
Well, he really must be different because I have never heard you talk about anybody else before like that.
He wants to take me on a date Friday. I was wondering if I could have the night off.
Sure, you can have Friday off. I'm not going to stand in the way of your first serious romance.
I'm really excited. He's taking me to a really nice restaurant and then to a movie. Actually, I'm a little nervous.
Well, that's natural. I mean, you don't have a lot of experience with this, do you?
Not that kind.
Let me give you some advice. Relax and enjoy the date for what it is, no more, no less. I mean, if you just take the pressure off, it'll make it so much more comfortable for both of you.
All right. I'm afraid he doesn't want to.
You might what?
Well, if he wants to come upstairs, I'm afraid I might.
You might.
Sometimes I do things. It's like I become another person. I think I'm really starting to fall in love with him. But I'd die if I ever.
If you ever what?
If I ever did anything to hurt him.
Honey, you are reading way too much into this. You haven't even had a date yet. I mean, wait until the both of you are getting divorced before you think of hurting him.
My date with Mike was wonderful. Everything I hoped it would be. I took Meg's advice and enjoyed the simple fun of a night out. But later, when Mike was driving me home, he asked to come upstairs with me. Suddenly, I was afraid. I knew what he would ask for, but not how I would respond. I was terrified every time a man touched me. I had killed the last one who came up to my apartment, and I got away with it. I knew I needed help, yes, but I had to deal with my own psychoses in my own time, in my own way.
You know, you probably hear this all the time. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Sometimes I wish I was ugly,
Why?
so that no one would expect anything out of me, or try to take it.
You shouldn't feel like that.
I just feel that way sometimes, but not with you.
Are you sure? I feel pretty tense.
I just haven't been on a date in a while.
Well, I'm glad I'm the one that you're finally with.
Wait a minute.
You alright?
Just give me a second.
Here. Let me put my arm around you. We'll sit here for a while. Together. Better?
Yes. This is nice. I feel safe.
Well, you're safe.
I can't stand it. Just get out of here before I kill you, like.
Like who? Like Irvin?
How did you know about Irvin?
Irvin was my brother. He came here the night he disappeared to hit on a frigid barmaid he liked. It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it was me. He put his hands on me and I killed him. I couldn't help it.
I knew it. I knew it all along. I tried to tell the police, but They said it wasn't enough to warrant an investigation. So I decided to even the score myself. To the most beautiful girl in the world.
What? You mean all this time you were just trying to find out about Irvin? Oh, I wish I was ugly. I wish I was hideous.
Babe, you got it. This is for Irvin.
After Mike left, I tried to wash the acid off, but it was too late. The burns had already eaten away at my face. I was wrong to wish for ugliness. I spent several hours looking at my new face, and I knew what needed to be done. I went downstairs and found my gun in Meg's office, right where she had left it. Right where she had left it.
For Anita, beauty was a curse which brought heartbreak and tragedy. Her taped confession led to the recovery of Irvin's body and to the prosecution of his brother, Mike. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's story. Relive the fear every week at the same time. Join us again next month for an all-new episode of The Midnight Hour.